Right, okay, so what we're going to do first is make these scratch cards that we're going to be using next week. Okay, so what you want is a piece of strong card, and you just cover it with oil pastels, any colors you fancy, any pattern you fancy. I'm just picking up random bits to...
All over?
Yes. Well, it can matter where you choose. Just let me do this one, and then I will talk to you about... Right. I'm just grabbing any old thing and doing something with it, you see, for this one. Now, if you... That's just a sort of trial one, if you like. I put a T on the back. I know that's the trial one, okay? So when you do this one on one of your pieces, if you mark it, this is the one you're using for trials, then when you're doing your scratching, you can try out your scratches on here and find which tool gives you the result that you want, right? We'll talk about that in a minute. So that's that one done. However, if you are thinking of something that you want to do, for instance, these fishies, this fishy, which I've just discovered on a defunct card, right? So if I turn it that way, I want an orange. Of course, I haven't got, have I? I haven't got an orange. How exciting. No. Yes, I'll make it yellow. So I could use a dark green. Probably a dark green. Yes, there's a dark green here to scrub around the edge. You see, I can put it on top of what's existing there. It gives you a bit of variety.
You're going over the top of something you want to do.
Well, that was just a bit of scrub, so it doesn't matter. Yes, that's fine, because it will add variation to what you want to do. You want it to make it as thick as possible. And I could introduce a dark blue if I can. That's a dark blue. That looks like a dark blue. And I can introduce the dark blue, taking it down. Sorry. So what I'm trying to do is look at these colors here. I'm not trying to draw that picture. I'm just putting in color where I think I can see it. Okay, so there's a bit of this. And if I make the fishy this color with a white, got a white. It's not a very white, didn't a white. That's a white. Bless your heart. You're a great learner. So I've got, I'm not trying to draw it, I'm just trying to put the color where I think I will see that, that color when I come to. So if I put a bit of red on top of yellow, I'll get more of an orangey color. This is a yellow. Oops. Tell you. Oops. I'll put a bit of yellow on that. And orange. So I've got the color more or less. I'll put an F on the back for fish. Right, that's that one. Okay. No, that's going to be the picture. Right, now this one, what can I do on this one? Supposing I do Christmas tree. Christmas tree has lots of lights on it, doesn't it? There's a star at the top. It has lights, candles down the side, and perhaps candles in the middle too. It's very scrappy. You're not. There'll be a pot, a red pot at the bottom, won't there? You don't have to worry about shading or even shape. Do. Contrasts are nice. These are getting very sticky, which doesn't hurt, you know. And then we've got a dark green for the Christmas tree. And some dark blue around the edge here. Again, you want to cover the whole of the board if you can with something. But it's you know, it doesn't look like a tree. It's just, but sort of.
Yes.
That looks more like a fish and that looks like a tree. Right. Oh, sorry. I'll put CT on. Okay. And I'll do another one. Exactly, yes. Yeah. Right, the last one. Right, we'll start. Pardon? How's that? A nice bit of white up there. So I'll add some blue.
So what are you doing now?
Well, having a bit of fun. Right. And that's what it is, exactly. And darker blue. Yeah. Water. I should have done red, but it's I could put a bit of red here. That's the boat.
Yes, a boat. Yeah.
There we are. There's a boat in full sail. Right. Okay, so try to cover the whole thing with right. I saw the girls doing this in class when I was about 13.
Yes, I remember doing it.
And I thought, gosh, you know, every line you make is so important. Yeah. How do you get them right? Okay. So then you make your mixture. Anybody got a bit of spare card they don't want? Thanks. Oh, bless you. No, no, you're going to paint on that, aren't you? You sure? Yeah, okay. Right. Right, okay. Right, so you put a bit of acrylic paint out. That's black acrylic paint. And you add a bit, I don't know what this does, but the instructions said, add a bit of, let me brush. Oh, yeah. Can you see now, Margaret? All right. Add a bit of liquid, washing up liquid. And you mix the two together. Right?
Yeah.
And then you just paint over it. And if you've got it right, you're covering up. I didn't put boat on this one, but it's the only one I didn't name. So Yeah. Yeah. Can put on another coat of paint if you want. They suggest 2 anyway. Well, it's acrylic, so it dries like, especially in this weather. It's probably drying here. You know, if you didn't put a liquid in, it probably would be. Might make it more malleable.
Dry, and then you'll see the rest underneath.
No.
Silver metallic.
But they used to do them black and white in my day. They didn't have it all fancy like this. You bought at great expense scratch boards. And you really had to know how to draw to use them, because if you made a mistake, that was a disaster. But in actual fact, it's not a disaster, because if you do make a mistake, you can paint it out with black paint. They didn't tell me that. So I just decided it wasn't for me because I couldn't draw. And in truth, she only gave these very expensive bits of card to the people who could. I don't know why you're watching me so carefully painting this on. Right.
You're all the same. Yes, it looks like Nemo, doesn't it?
Pardon?
Yeah,
Finding Nemo. Yeah. He's a National Trust fish, actually. Right. And the advice is that you do that again. You don't need to watch me put paint on twice. You know, yeah, it's once is enough. So I can paint them again at home when I get home.
Yeah.
Right. So you put not a lot of that in. If your paint comes out grey, doesn't matter. Just add a bit more acrylic paint. Yeah, clever girl. Oops. Did it go through? No, it didn't. You know, so if it's not thick enough, it doesn't matter, because you're going to paint it again, and you can paint it thicker next time. I think the idea of painting it twice is that you get a really good thick covering of the black paint, and you can make it as smooth as. I think the liquid stuff is supposed to smooth it out a bit. Mine aren't exactly smooth, but they're there. Oh yes, it's just, that's just what I use. You know. So right, I think well, I'll get that off with it. Okay. Thank you for that. Do you want it back? Put your paint on. I'll put my paint on it at home. Well, it should dry.
It's dry, you can see it dry.
Yes, yes.
No,
No, it won't come through. No,
scratch it
you've got to
off.
scratch it off. Yes, it won't come through. The whole idea is for it not to come through. There's it. Right. Okay. So that can. Right. Thank you. I don't think you'll get much off there.
No.
Actually, I think that's just. So. I really didn't think it through, did I? Putting on a dress like this to do. Oh, there we are. I tell you. Mamma mia. Right, are we all right now? I think we're all right now. Bless you, thank you. Pardon? There we are. Thank you.
So to do this, you have to use oil pastel.
Yes, soft pastels won't work. Watercolors too thin. I suppose you could use emulsion paint if you wanted to. But if I don't, that's definitely not coming off.
The mixture needs more washing up.
That'll be,
Do it in your pajamas before you get dressed.
yeah.
Oh, golly. Right, well, I think that'll do. Bless you, thanks very much. I'll take this off now. I can breathe a bit. Soft. Right, okay. Now, somebody has this picture because I left mine at home. I think you've got this picture, right? I think you have this picture, don't you? Well, somebody's got it.
You sent us a copy of the picture.
Yes, I know, but I forgot to bring mine.
Oh. Put it on my email.
Right. Oh, splendid. Thank you.
Somebody's printed.
Yes. I don't like working from a phone. It doesn't matter. It's vaguely right. Right. So it's just a matter of carrying on with the picture to create what I want to create. I did find a dark green. What was that one? No, it wasn't that. No, it's too bluey. That's too bluey.
No.
I did find, oh, there it is. There it is. There it is. There it is. Yes. These are practically melting. Really, folks, if you if you want to do something else, please do. It's actually black, but I'm doing it green because because it's a nice color and black is
It's very fitting.
so dead, isn't it? Yes, I cut some of the paint the picture off. I was doing it.
One of the main things with the oil pastels, the same as with the soft pastels, is because they're like crayons, you've not got an edge.
You can get an edge.
Can you?
Not with these, but you can with soft pastels very easily, and you can get a very fine edge.
Oh,
If you actually strip the paint, the paper off,
yeah,
so that you have a piece
yeah.
like that. No, just draw it down like that.
Oh.
So you get your thin line, and if you press it
Right.
right, so you can
Let's like that.
you get a thin line like that,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
So it's possible, and of course it's possible even more with. We're not talking about that,
No.
which is a pity. Right, that's the red one, and there's a bit of white here, white flower of some sort. And it's sort of scumbly, so do that. And because I didn't leave the colour here, space here, I'm going to scratch that out because the white interferes with the dark green, which is going to come down here. Don't know what that is actually. I haven't a clue what it is, but it seems to add something to the picture. So I'll put it in. By working over it with the green, I get a sort of there and not there effect. You're all very brave to be doing this. I think I am completely foolhardy. It's nice to be foolhardy at times.
We'll give it a go.
Yeah.
Whatever you tell us to do, we'll do.
Well, yes, there is that. Yes,
Yeah.
it does work quite nicely actually. And there's a bit down here. We'll worry about all that later. Right. Okay. Right. Let's get this better shape. And if I go into that little blue shapes, then work back on top with the white, it just gives you helps to give an impression of different shape. About any of the pastels is that they do pick up the color from the other ones. If you want the color to show, I've just been putting dots on. Can you see, Rachel? Right, see, just the little dots, pushing with the little dots. It just makes those flowers look more like flowers instead of a white splodge in the middle of the picture. So what I'm doing is exploring how to get the effect I want using these pastels, because I don't know. I mean, I know a certain amount, but I don't know it all. And this is also black down here. So I'll take the green down. There's a sort of ripple effect there. And it goes in and a bit of dark there. And a bit here. Well, you can use a dark blue. You know, you can mix, as with anything, if you use a yellow and a blue, you'll get a green of sorts. It'll be maybe a bit streaky. It depends on how carefully you are prepared to blend. I like to see the marks, so I don't tend to overblend. But if that's this lady here, I'm cleaning up a pastel. Right. If you ask this lady here, she can blend. Yeah. 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 So
I have got some like paper blended sticks.
Yeah.
Remember, but I believe you can get some like sponge ones.
yes,
I haven't got.
or you can use your finger.
Yeah, I've done that as well. I've tried all sorts of things lately to blend. I ended up with a wet wipe that had gone dry that I'd left on the side. That was pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever is to hand. I tried the little natural sponges that you can use with watercolor. I tried that. That was.
That's a waste of a good sponge.
Yeah, it wasn't. To be honest, it was only a little piece.
They're called blenders.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
called
Pencil
blenders.
shape.
Yeah, and they've got a sharp end both sides. I'll show you afterwards. Yeah, I do. I use cotton buds. anything that, you know, you think might, yeah. Well, just try
Well,
and error sometimes, isn't
like
it?
anything,
Yeah,
the
there
more
go.
you
That's the
explore,
thickest one.
the more you find you
And
need
then
to
there was
explore.
about 4 or 5 in a set. But they're paper, like compressed paper.
Twisted paper.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen them used in.
Yes. That's right. Yeah.
You can use them to blend in soft pastels as well.
Go on, Steve.
Right.
You've not blended in anything.
Me? Well, I did there. I
What
put
did you?
I put the white down and wriggled the green
Your
on top of
finger?
it. No, I wriggled the green on top of it. So I used the
Sometimes
pastel.
that's all you need.
I used
isn't
the pastel itself to do the blending. It tends to be. You've got more than a few clues. Don't you underestimate yourself.
Yeah.
It's a difficult spirit in you.
Yeah.
Can I have an orange?
I'm frightened to mention anything because she gets up and runs with it. Right. So there we are. And if I see, I'm using the yellow on top of the red. And the yellow is not clean. Look at it.
Yeah.
It's not clean. It's a bit green.
Everything.
These are handy. Thanks. Right. So, and then I want to put in a bit of blue underneath to suggest that one is there. And the shadow on here. There we are. The shadow on there just makes this one separate from that one. I think I can. Right, those. These are. No.
How much would a book like that? Quite a lot.
I can't remember. One is landscape and the other is portrait, but I mixed them up so I've got all the reds and all the yellows together. So it just helps me to think better. Yes, they are. They are expensive. Now this color here is too strong for the picture. That's very pale there. So what I will do is put some white on that. Well done, yes. So, and try with this white to draw what I can see there. And then it down a bit where it goes into the. If you look at those pictures up there, you'll see that you can't be very subtle with these. They're not intended for that that kind of. The one I used. If you want something subtle, then you use something else, watercolor or for that matter, soft pastel. I should imagine someone who uses these all the time would be able to work out how to get subtle out of them.